Hi friends, welcome to the Unit 2 Day 8 notes. Now we're going to be talking about composition of functions. Now when you compose functions together, we want to think about this as kind of like you're taking a machine, if you will, and then you're applying what outputs from one machine into another machine. If you think about like an assembly line works because one person does something to a product or a machine does something to a product, and then the next thing on the assembly line then does that, whatever it needs to do to the product, and then it continues on. We can represent this in mathematics by using what we call function compositions. So in this example I talked about one function is to square a value and then subtract 3. And then another one is to multiply a value by 2 and add 1. So if I said multiply or evaluate g of 1 and then take that result and plug it into the f of x function and then evaluate that. So here I ran through the example. So g of 1, 1 squared minus 3, 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Then you plug in negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, plus 1 is negative 3. So there's an error there. It might be fixed on your notes. So to do these for multiple values, it's very tedious and very time consuming. So what we're doing is we're doing the function composition of functions, and by doing the function composition and finding that new function, that new value, we can do this very quickly. So this is f composed with g of x. So this circle, this tiny circle there, that's f composed with g. The order is very important. F composed with g of x is different than g composed with f of x. That is also something. We have to be very careful with the domain of values because it has to be all the x values in the domain of g such that g is in the domain of f. So what we're doing is we're saying, well, the domain of this part and inside the domain of this part. This is very similar to the domain that we were talking about last time. As we jump into some examples, that will become a little bit more clear. Join me in the next video as we really dive in deep into example 3, finding the composition of functions. Have a great day.